Jason, you mentioned this earlier. We talked about it on the post-game show, but 4 of the 5 offensive linemen for the Browns, at least their starters, did play yesterday, and the line didn't look great. But my question is, are the issues that they did have, are they fixable for next week?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it would help having Jed back. I think Jed's an upgrade over James Hudson.
I thought I'd never in 100 years.
Are you on to my Jed is average?
Oh my Lord!
Well, and what, I never thought. Is why Conklin practiced for 2 weeks? It just seems weird that.
Yeah, I thought Jack would be ready to go.
Yeah,
but certainly between Jack or Jed, one of them would be an upgrade. One of them would be an upgrade over Hudson. There were times yesterday that Deshaun was in places that the line did not expect him to be, and that led to 1 or 2 of the sacks too, where he's moving around. You're sliding, you're sliding protection one way because you think the quarterback's over here, when in actuality he's over here, and you turn around and he's on the ground. You're like, wait a minute, why were you over there? You weren't supposed to be over there. And I'm not blaming Deshaun. Sometimes you get in the heat of battle and you're just moving around. You're trying to keep a play alive. So that I don't necessarily blame him, but I think it's just a fact. It was a lot of different factors coming together. Is it fixed? Yeah, of course it can be fixed. Now, this is a line that should be able to run block pretty well. I don't think they have a back who can run the ball. We've said that about Jerome Ford. He had 2 good runs last year. One against the Steelers and one against, who was the other team he broke off a long run against?
Indy. He had the long run in the first quarter.
That's it. Did he have any other memorable plays last year?
Yeah, he had 4 runs of 60-plus yards.
Okay.
And then he had more runs than anyone else that got stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It was truly feast or famine.
I don't remember the other 2. I only remember 2 of the long runs.
I mean, it's easy to just say, well, Bill Callahan wasn't there, so they had they had plenty of bad offensive line games with Bill Callahan, too.
Yeah, and again, I'm not going to say, I know people are going to think, I don't think it was a bad offensive line game. I really don't.
I didn't think it was as bad as some
I don't think it's that bad. I'm more concerned, the procedure stuff and the formation stuff, the league's cracking down on the formation. Yeah, that stuff, and yes, that can be cleaned up.
DeJuan Jones had at least 2 penalties on him.
And Hudson had at least 1 or 2. That's the stuff that needs cleaned up. The actual protection, people may totally disagree. I really didn't, and I know we probably sped through it. It's hard to try and communicate it all. The data shows you that the protection was not that bad.
Here's why all of it, and you go into the offensive line play and why. I'm just tired of seeing guys get penalties, be undisciplined, all this stuff, and you can't be behind the sticks, and they're committing these fouls, and then acting like nothing is there. Guys just turning around, walking back 10 yards. That is a bunch of crap. Somebody needs to let them know, guys, you're screwing us right now. If you can't line up, the first thing they teach you in camp, stance, start, line up correctly. It is way too, it's too prevalent. You cannot hold and get caught for holding, and illegal man downfield, and illegal man's hands to the face, and false starts, and you walk back 5 yards like nothing is wrong. No, you just put us back behind the sticks, and now it's 1st and 20. We don't have an offense that can deal with 1st and 20 or 1st and 15, or when we do get a positive play, it's coming back because you can't line up on time. No, I don't there has to be a level of urgency, and I want somebody up front to have some urgency too and say, guys, we can't do that as a front. We can't do it. And if we want to, those guys, Batonio got a C on his chest too. He's been a captain up here. He has to say, look, you know what? We got to be better. The quarterback was on the ground 17 times, 20 times. We got to be better. We got penalties. We got to be able to run the football. What happened to the Wyatt Teller that was road grading people? I need to see the 2-for-1 BOGO, buy one, get one free. I need to see the physicality up front, the double teams to the next level. I don't see it. And by the way, you grown men, if you saying you can't put your hand in the dirt and fire off the ball and be nasty because another grown man went to another job, I'm confused. That is not what life is about.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Callahan's gone. I don't block no more. No. What? You've been in this league how long? You ain't nobody up there, no rookies.
That's right. they're all veteran players.
They're veterans.
Obviously Hudson hasn't played too much, and but he's
still
been in the league a
league,
number of
4 years now.
DeJuan Jones is a young player. The three guys in the middle have been here forever. I mean, there's no excuse. I don't want to hear about the offensive line coach at all. Listen, the offensive line wasn't as bad as those numbers, but it wasn't good. I didn't think it was good. I thought it was mediocre at best. The offensive line, especially at tackle, but especially in the run game. I agree. The run game, there were very few holes. I know some of it is Jerome Ford, but I did not think they did a good job of run blocking. I can't blame Jerome Ford for the whole thing. I didn't think they did very well. I'll be interested to see the PFF grades for whatever they're worth, but
come out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Look, man, you're going to get, and here's the thing too. Andrew Berry has known all along the health of these tackles, Bull.
Yeah.
Why is James Hudson still all-time left swing tackle?
I don't understand.
I'm confused. I know you drafted him. I know you did. But James Hudson, you can't find. Who's the dude? The Christensen dude is better than him. Go find him.
He got cut by the Titans. He's sitting on a practice squad
but
right
they
now.
had five. They were like 5'6" veteran offensive linemen. Then a month ago, he said, "Why not sign one of these guys?"
And you keep trotting out James Hudson.
He is not. I don't even think he's an NFL player, James Hudson.
It's baffling. It's really baffling. This is why these shows are difficult to do. You could pull a name out of the hat, and you could go on a 10-minute rant about every name that you pulled out of a hat. The good thing about this game is you get another opportunity to prove yourself. You get another opportunity to get on the board. If the Browns take care of business and go and beat who they got next week, Jacksonville. If they beat Jacksonville and people play like they got some sense and it's the regular season, we'll come back and everything will look a lot better. But for today, here's how I handle the Browns. It's week to week with me. I don't care what you did last week. It's week to week. You don't get passes. You don't get no reprieves. My job is to analyze what you did against that team and then move on to the next one. And they got to get back to the fundamentals because that was not it. It just wasn't. And I feel sorry for the people that went out there. Like, and Coach, you can't keep asking the fans to go out there and make noise and to bring energy. It is your job. The one thing, your prerequisite for every one of those guys on that roster is to bring energy. That's it. That's the ticket. That's the price of admission. And I just didn't see that. We having this conversation like this was week 8. This is week 1.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah. The one thing that should never be in doubt is how hard you're playing and where your intensity level is. No matter how good a player you are, there's no reason for that not to be there. But